There can be a lot to unpack with couples when it comes to conservative or faith-based upbringings and sexuality. Here to talk more on how she is helping couples navigate intimate complexities is founder and owner of Helfer Family Counseling's Symmetry Solutions, Natasha Helfer.
Hello.
Good morning.
It's so nice to be here. Thank you.
Oh, it's wonderful to have you. So this is a really interesting topic, and I'm kind of intrigued to get really into this here today.
Yes.
So let's start and kind of dive into how sort of these spiritual upbringings or different ways that people are raised can really affect the intimacy of a relationship.
Yeah, it's a great question. Religions are not created all the same. So you have more orthodox or strict religions. You have more progressive and kind of forward-thinking religions as well. So the standards and beliefs around sexuality vary widely. And sometimes those tensions can be very difficult if you have more orthodox or strict practices and beliefs, but you're not wanting that to interfere with the pleasure that comes in a couplehood, usually in the bedroom.
Right, absolutely. And so how do you help people sort of navigate through this? Because you'll have couples, I'm sure, with sort of similar upbringings, but then you'll have couples who are different in their upbringings. Maybe you have someone who doesn't even have a religious upbringing and they're kind of navigating with someone who has.
Yes.
So how do you sort of tackle all of these different intricacies?
Yeah, those are great questions, especially since we live in a time where so many people are leaving organized religions. So more and more I see a lot of mixed faith couples, a lot of people who maybe thought they signed up for a certain lifestyle together, but 20, 30 years in, somebody or both have left their religion of practice. We start off usually with finding values. What are the couple's values? What do they think is most important? Usually people who come from conservative upbringings are very focused on what we call act-based things, like whether or not this particular action or behavior is okay in the sight of God. Usually. So I try to help them move more into relational type ways of thinking about their relationship. It's not so much the behavior, it's more like what is the behavior offering.
Rightfully so. Before we go, there was something interesting I had seen, the word forgiveness. How does that play into what you discuss with your couples and sort of maybe some issues that they might be having with intimacy?
Yeah, I think forgiveness I have a love-hate relationship with. In some ways, forgiveness is an ongoing part, especially of being in a committed long-term relationship. There's going to be times when we feel betrayed. There's going to be times when we feel like your weaknesses or your drawbacks kind of hurt my particular way of thinking about things. At the same time, forgiveness can come with a lot of baggage, especially in conservative cultures where there's this pressure to forgive. To turn the other cheek, and sometimes that doesn't help people have good boundaries or a premature way of being okay with something that they really probably should be more angry about or have processed more before just being happy and okay with everything.
Right. Well, really, really interesting. Natasha, thank you so much for coming in this morning and letting us into your world, because it is very, very unique.
It's my favorite thing to talk about, so I love it. Thank you for having me.
To learn more about the topic, visit natashahelfer.com, or you can connect with her on Facebook and Instagram.